Hey guys, welcome back to my playthrough of Gris, or Gris, I believe is how people in the comments last time were telling me to pronounce this. The makers of this game, I believe, are from Spain, so that pronunciation makes sense. If you look on the side of the screen over here to the left, that little guy, he's my buddy. I love him. We're gonna hang out with him. In this level. So if you missed my last playthrough, which was the first two levels / first level, I guess depending on how you look at it, of this game, I'm gonna link it in the corner as well as in the description. I do recommend watching this game linearly. I think that it has a lot more impact that way. So if you missed that, it'll be linked. Check it out because it's well worth your time, in my opinion. But Gris is a video game about grief. And so we're following our main character here who is exploring grief. And there's a couple interpretations on how that looks. Some people think that she's lost her mom. Some people think that the images are like the statues that she was smashing and the hand that she jumps into and stuff is like a former version of herself, which I love that this game has the ability to be so blatant. Like, it's obviously about grief, even if you don't know that background about this. What am I supposed to do here? I can't remember. Oh, I guess that's all. Okay. Even if you don't know that going into this game that it's about grief, it's not hard to get there. You know, they make it so blatant, but at the same time, they leave so much up for interpretation, which I love because it allows the individual to relate it to their own situation. Like in the last episode, I related a lot of it to anxiety and depression. You know, that's something that I've been dealing with a lot more lately, and certain things that they chose to illustrate the waves of grief was just like, man, that hits me in the form of grief, but as well, it also hits me in the form of, like, you know, it just a lot of things. It can be applied to a lot of things, and I love that game for that. Plus, it's just gorgeous. I mean, just look, every single frame, every single image in this game is so beautiful. I love the way they've chosen to depict these trees. I don't know, man. I can't remember this puzzle. I guess maybe I'm just supposed to come back to the upper levels of the puzzle. Or maybe I'm not. Let me try it one more time. Whoop. I'm gonna try it one more time. But anyway, I just think that I think that they did such a great job. I'm not doing such a great job. I think that they did such a great job at accomplishing what they wanted to accomplish in a way that is not subtle, but also completely nuanced. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I also, oh yeah, if you guys watched my last video or have been keeping up with me anywhere, I guess, if you're watching this at the time that I'm posting it and not as a backlog, okay, I just think that I need to come back to this puzzle later, maybe, because my brain doesn't seem to be working correctly with it right now, and I want to go find my little buddy. Our power is back on, if you guys are keeping up with that at all. So that's good. Hopefully my video schedule won't be interrupted. Hopefully my power won't be interrupted. There he is, eating a little apple. But we did get, we had an ice storm that knocked down several trees, which knocked down several power lines. He doesn't trust me yet. We're gonna fix that. Which knocked out our power, so the power lines are back up. Big thanks to the people who braved the storm to make sure that we were safe. And hopefully, now that we've gotten several more inches of snow, hopefully that won't just keep happening. So I'm going to go through here and Try to give him apples to help him to trust me. Anyway, I also just wanted to thank you guys because this is very different from my normal content, but I really wanted to share it with you guys. You know, I really enjoy video games as well. I spend the majority of my free time with books, which is what my channel is about, but I spend a decent amount of my free time with games as well, especially lately. I have been even more, and I don't know, I understand that my content is, look, we're friends. Now he's gonna go open up this tree for me because he has the power to do that. And we are going to follow. Yeah, most of my content is about books. I haven't branched away from that too much. I have some with like talking about Avatar as I was watching through that and a few things like that. So I guess I'm just going to go through this, but this is also a little puzzle. Since he mimics me, I had to jump strategically to get him to follow me. But, I don't know, it's pretty straightforward. What was I saying? Oh yeah, books. The majority of my content is books, and that's obviously not changing as I'm doing this playthrough. But I just wanted to thank you guys for the amount of support that you gave me in the last video. I knew that it wasn't going to be everybody's style. Not everyone is interested in this, and that's totally fine. But I don't know. I just wanted to share something else with you that I've been loving, and you guys' comments. So see, he's up high now, and he mimics everything I do, so I'm just going to help him to break that. You guys' comments and you guys' support of me stepping outside the box a little bit to show you something else that's really cool. I appreciated that a lot. But this is my favorite this is my favorite level of this game, specifically because of the ending, but also just because I love the trees. I love the puzzles that come with the trees. Pretty much just everything about this level, for whatever reason, is really fun to me. The last 2 levels, so we only have 2 more levels to do after this one, the next level is my least favorite. Not because, I mean, it's also gorgeous. It's just a little bit more tricky for me for whatever reason. And I don't know how I'm going to do with trying to navigate it cleanly while talking to you guys. But then the final level, oh my goodness, is a very satisfying conclusion to everything that we're doing here in this game. Okay, a lot of people were asking in the comments about my reading. How do I read so much? I find it hard to... Okay, here's one of our boxy thingies, so I'm gonna get a new power. Eventually, I have to go collect some orbs. I definitely don't read as much as some people, but I also read a lot more than the average person. But it's largely because it is my favorite way to relax. It's the thing that relaxes me the most. Like, I could watch a show, but at the end of the show, I don't really feel like I've rested. I just feel like I've been distracted. Does that make sense? Like, if I've had a day where I've put a lot in, I've worked a lot, or I've mentally or emotionally invested a lot in my day, and now I just need to unwind. Watching a show or a movie doesn't do that for me. It distracts me and I'm entertained for a while, but then whenever I turn off the TV, we actually don't own a TV, whenever I turn off the computer, hold on, there's our little guy, we found him. I think my biggest gripe with this game is that now I have to leave him. I want him to be my companion throughout the rest of the game. I don't remember how to get out of here. Oh, right, this tree. What was I saying? Oh, when I turn off the screen, I've been distracted and I've been entertained and I may have enjoyed what I just read, but I still feel the same, I guess, tension, the same, like, I'm still drained. You know what I mean? I haven't felt like I've rested in that time or been rejuvenated, or however you want to word that. So it's just not my method of relaxing of choice. You know, I don't mind watching a show every now and then, but it's just not what I'm going to gravitate towards. As like, if I have downtime, it's not how I'm going to choose to spend it the majority of the time, because it doesn't actually make me feel rested. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, that was definitely not the right direction. I don't know if that makes sense. Whereas with reading, it's like, as soon as I open a book and as soon as I start reading, I instantly feel myself relaxing and I get lost in the world, and it not only entertains me, but it feels like it almost resets me internally, so that if I've invested a lot of myself into my day and then I just spend an hour or even 30 minutes with a book, then it's like I've reset and I'm ready to finish my day, instead of by the end of the day feeling exhausted. So when I used to work as a receptionist, in my many forms of reception that I've worked, which I talked about in the last episode, I would always read a book on my lunch break. I used to, when I first started working, I used to like get my phone out and watch a show on my phone or watch YouTube videos or something like that. And it was a great way to chill. But then, I don't know, by the end of the workday, I felt so drained. But if I would spend my lunch break eating and reading a book, then I felt like I was starting the day over midway through my day. And then I felt good at the end of the day. Does that make sense? I don't know if other people experience that too, or I don't know the psychology behind that, why one thing makes me feel rested and one thing just distracts me. But anyway, this is a really long-winded way of saying that, what am I doing? A really long-winded way of saying that I read so much because it's the thing that makes me feel the most, the most good with my downtime. So it's the thing that I'm always going to reach for because of that. That said, there was a time on my channel where I was reading like a fiend. I mean, I was reading, I don't even know how much, a lot. Like, was I ever at 15 books a month? I don't really remember where I was at like peak reading time, but I was reading a lot for a while there. But I happened, we'll pick this up in a moment. Okay, so now I can fly a little. So I don't know if you saw that, but there were, I'll show you, I'll point them out to you again the next time they show up. But there's little collections of birds that show up, and I can jump with them and fly now, and I can also double jump, and I can kind of gracefully fall. If you look at my dress right here, all of her powers come from her dress. So like you can see she kind of like almost like flaps her wings, and I love that. Again, getting back to just praising this game, that every new ability she gains as she's working through her grief and as she's getting stronger, it all comes from this dress, which I actually really like, because I don't know if you guys experience this too, but like when you're going through something really rough, do you ever just have an object that you kind of cling to for comfort. Like maybe it's a really comfy hoodie or a blanket or I don't know, and just some sort of object that like did you see the birds that I just jumped up on? I'll show you again. There's some more right here. I'm going to break this pot and then you see the birds. They're like paper birds. Anyway, like some sort of object that's meaningful, that brings you comfort. And I love that her dress is kind of that thing in this, and that she, as she gets stronger and is able to manage the obstacles around her more, that it comes from this thing that she carries with her. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I read too much into this game, but I don't think I do. I think this game is beautifully intentional. Anyway, oh, nope, that was not good timing. We were talking about reading. Oh yeah, at the point in my channel, there were like 2 years there when I was just reading so much. And it was because I, at that point, wasn't working as a receptionist anymore. I was either full-time momming for a while there, and then I was working like with my channel and I was narrating audiobooks, I was critiquing manuscripts for authors, I was doing everything from home, I was setting my own schedule. I had a lot of flexibility about me, but also my son was taking 2-hour naps every single day. So for 2 hours every day, I had uninterrupted time that I just dedicated to nothing but reading. And then on top, I'm so bad at this part. I'm trying to catch the birds as they're flying past. I've played this game through a couple of times, and I have never been able to do this part quickly. I might do a little fast forwarding here. Or maybe I'll just chat while you watch me struggle. Let's go that way. I had 2 hours of uninterrupted time to do nothing but read. I set aside that time. I wasn't going to work during that time. I wasn't going to do anything but just enjoy myself. And then on top of that, I also would listen to audiobooks, like while I was cooking in the evenings. I'd listen to an audiobook while I was cooking, or I don't really listen to audiobooks while I drive because I generally have a child in the car with me who wants to hang out and talk and chat. But I would still also get to work audiobooks in there, here and there. So I just had so much time of my day dedicated to just being able to read. And so I would read a lot, but that's not what's happening in my life anymore. I mean, I still read more than your average bear, but I also read significantly less than I once did because my son doesn't take naps anymore. And I don't know. I guess I'm always busy. I was busy then, I'm busy now, but I definitely have less. I did it! I'm impressive! It seems like that should have been so much easier for me than it was. I have a lot less time to be reading now, but it still is my number one most restful thing that I do. So it's still the way that I choose to spend my time because I'd rather be rejuvenated than distracted. And I'm sure everybody's different for what is that thing for them. Is this my favorite part? Are we already here? I'm sure everybody has whatever it is that thing for them is different. And I think that making time for the thing that's the most restful for you in your free time is good, whatever that is. And that happens to be reading for me. It's just so beautiful. And so peaceful too. I don't know. Anyway, some people were asking about other games that I play or that I've been playing lately. I've been kind of on a nostalgia kick lately. So I recently found out that all of my old favorite games on the Sega Genesis, which was the first gaming console that I had, the only gaming console that I had for a little bit. No, I got the N64 not too long after the Sega. You can buy the games on Steam for $1 a piece. So I've been really enjoying exploring some of my old favorite games. I've been playing Streets of Rage and Golden Axe, which has been really fun. I don't like the controls from my computer for whatever reason. The Sega Genesis games on Steam for my computer, they don't use the WASD, they don't use WAD, well, I guess S2, to move. They use the arrow keys to move, and then like to kick and jump is S and D, and it's backwards to my brain, so it's taken me some time to get used to these controls. But I've been enjoying that a lot, and I've also been playing Ark Survival Evolved, which is like a dinosaur survival stranded island game, and it's hard, but I love it. So this is the part of the game that I love so much. I have the level. This is her big fight for this level, her big battle that she has to try to navigate. I don't know why I love this so much. I just do. Like, I can't even analyze it like I did in the storms of the first level. I can't break down why this is meaningful to me or whatever. I just love the way they did this battle, this challenge for her. And it does come back, in the end, come back around. And I love the way that they orchestrated that as well. You guys have also been recommending a lot of great games to me in the comments of the last playthrough video that I put up last week. A lot of other very, very beautiful games that, are meaningful and stuff. So I've been looking up a ton of them. I haven't started playing any of them. I'm still in nostalgia mode. I'm still going back and forth between Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, and Ark, which Ark isn't nostalgia. But I have been looking them up, and they look so good. So I have a long list of games that I'm excited to check out. So thank you guys for the recommendations. I happen to be a sucker for side-scrollers for some reason. I always have been more drawn to side-scrollers than to anything else, especially really visually pleasing side-scrollers. So, like, obviously this game is just perfect for me. I don't know why. And I'm playing Ark too, so it's not like side-scrollers are all I'm willing to play, because Ark is a very open landscape game. But I don't know, there's something about side-scrollers that I have never fallen out of love with. Back in the day when I was playing Pokemon and Streets of Rage and Golden Axe and all these. All the side-scrollers of my childhood, I don't know, I never fell out of love with that. And I used to play Assassin's Creed, and there's a lot of things. It's not like it was all I played, but I never get tired of it, even though I'm willing to play other things. So we've gotten through that first little bit with the bird. More just beautiful, hand-drawn I'd love to hear you guys' interpretations of this bird whenever you watch this with me. If you watch this with me, I'd love to see what you guys say in the comments, how you see this. I don't know how I see it. And I've played this game through a few times. But despite not having an interpretation for it, I just love it so much. So this level is almost done. I guess I won't tell you what we're about to do. And now you know, we're back with the bird. But I'm trying to remember what I need to do here. A couple people did mention in my last video that some of you guys really liked the idea of me bringing games into my channel, or even starting a B channel with games. I don't know yet if that's going to be something that I do more consistently. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to. Like, I'd love to play through Streets of Rage with you guys. I'd love to explore some of these other games that you guys have recommended to me. Maybe even have a couple ARC episodes. I would love to incorporate that, whether on this channel or on a B channel. I don't know if that's realistic for me to do, or if, gaming is not something that I realistically can also balance as far as like channel video stuff. But I really would like to. I like the idea of it, I guess, is how I need to word that. I like the idea of it. But I don't know. I don't know if that's something that'll actually happen. So, like I said, I played this the first time through with my son. And he, at the very beginning of the game, he saw like the opening sequence and he asked me, "Is she alone?" And I said, "Yes, she's alone." And he said, "She lost her parents. She's looking for them." And, I didn't correct him. I didn't say, the whole time we played through this, I didn't give him commentary. I didn't tell him or interpret anything for him. I just let him interpret it however he interpreted it. And when we got to this scene and he saw this statue and all this, he said, that's who she's looking for. And I don't know. I think that it's something really incredible that they accomplished, that they can have such meaningful representations for adults, that we can watch it and see so much through it. But then even a 4-year-old, he just turned 4 in January, which is around the time I played through this for the first time, I think. So for a fresh 4-year-old, even he, without any commentary, without any urging or prompting, I didn't ask him what he was interpreting. We just played through quietly, and we would talk whenever he interpreted things. And that he could feel the meaning out of it and see and interpret it himself. I don't know, that's so impressive to me. And we had some really, really fantastic conversations out of it as well. So anyway, we're into the next level, which I'll play through with you again. I'll play through with you next week. I hope you enjoyed this level too. And I'm excited to talk with you guys about it more next time. Be sure to chat with me more in the comments. I'm reading through all these comments. I want to hear what you guys are saying about the game and everything. If you want to hear me chat about something in the next level, feel free to put that in the comments as well. And check out my Patreon if you want to buddy read stuff or get early access to any of my videos. I post videos every Tuesday through Friday. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.